Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Nhung from Hanoi, and now headlines as usual.
Prime Minister urges tourism sector to diversify products to lure international guests. Vietnam likely to enter top 7 trade partners of US. Vietnam crowned Asia's best culinary destination 2022.
The Public Security Central Party Committee organized a conference to review the 10-year implementation of a resolution on national protection strategy in the new situation, which was adopted by the 8th plenum of the 11-party Central Committee. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc attended the event. Addressing the conference, President Phúc hailed the committee for its leadership and instruction in safeguarding internal political security, as well as economic, cultural, and cyber security. The state leader asked the committee to raise more proposals regarding national defense in the new situation, utilize opportunities, and to push back risks and challenges, making national defense and security important resources for national development. The committee should bring into full play the efficiency of international cooperation in security and order to handle complex issues and expand collaboration in other spheres, he suggested. In his closing remarks, Minister of Public Security General thăm called on the public security force to consider the nation's interests as the ultimate goal, noting that national defense should go with enhancing and consolidating potential and strength to cope with acts of armed aggressions from the outside. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on December 21st chaired a conference aiming to seek ways to attract more international tourists to Vietnam.
According to the General Statistics Office, some 2.95 million foreigners visited Vietnam in 11 months of the year, helping the country earn some $21.6 billion from accommodation and catering services, up 56.5% year-on-year. However, the returns are much lower than expected. Addressing the event, Prime Minister Chính asked ministries, agencies, localities, and businesses to take into consideration the diversity of products, markets, and supply chains while seeking ways to boost the tourism sector. The leader stressed the significance of the communication work, innovation, digital transformation, and green transitions in tourism development. He also urged the relevant quarters and experts to propose solutions to remove obstacles and set out tasks and solutions to realize the efforts on the basis of traditional culture, creating tourism breakthroughs next year.
Party and state officials on December 21st visited and congratulated Catholic dignitaries and followers on the occasion of the upcoming Christmas.
On behalf of the leaders of the party and state, Politburo member and Deputy Prime Minister Pham Binh Minh visited and extended Christmas and New Year greetings to the Archbishop's Palace of Ho Chi Minh City Archdiocese. Archbishop Nguyen Nang thanked the government for its assistance to activities of Catholic followers, and pledged to join hands with other residents in Ho Chi Minh City in boosting national development in all aspects. Visiting the General Confederation of the Evangelical Church of Vietnam, South, Deputy Prime Minister Minh called on followers to continue upholding the motto of living the gospel, serving the Christ, and serving the fatherland and the people, so as to help with the national construction. Pastor and Chairman Tru Ong thanked the party and state for supporting the church and Protestants nationwide to practice the religion and develop. Also on December 21st, Bui Minh Huai, Secretary of the party's Central Committee, and Chairwoman of its Commission for Mass Mobilization, visited the Episcopal Palace of Long Xuyen Diocese in An Giang Province. Bishop Tran Van Ton said he will further encourage Catholics to stay united and actively participate in patriotic emulation movements to contribute to socio-economic development and defense, security safeguarding.
Vietnam is on track this year to ban Britain from its long-term place among the U.S. top 7 goods trading partners, according to an article run by Bloomberg recently.
The article cited data from the U.S. Census Bureau showing that the UK's share of the U.S. merchandise trade slid to 2.6% through the first 10 months of this year. while Vietnam's rose to 2.7%. Vietnam didn't appear in the Bureau's top 15 list until 2019, and it has climbed ever since, ending last year at number 10. If Vietnam's lead over the UK holds for the final 2 months of 2022, it will be the first time that a majority of the top 7 are Asian economies. As American companies sought suppliers outside of China during the trade war between Beijing and Washington, the share of U.S. trade with countries like Mexico and Vietnam has been rising, it noted. Vietnam's total exports from January to November were up 13.4% over the same period last year, according to Vietnam's General Statistics Office.
A job project to restore Mixon World Cultural Heritage Site in Quang Nam Province is vivid evidence of the solidarity, friendship, and effective cooperation between the governments and peoples of Vietnam and India, stated Indian Deputy Ambassador to Vietnam, Subhash P. Gupta.
Once the religious and political capital of the Champa Kingdom, My Son Sanctuary is located within the hilly landscape in Duyg's Uyen district, about 70 kilometers southwest of Da Nang. The temple complex, comprising of 8 groups of 71 monuments built between the 7th and the 13th century, was recognized as a World Cultural Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1999. The project preserving the 3 tower groups of My Son World Cultural Heritage Site was implemented over a duration of 6 years with the support of Indian experts and now generated good results with all contents completed. During the restoration process, 734 artifacts of all kinds were discovered, including unique artifacts of Champa sculpture, serving the exhibition and research of Cham cultural history. The project, launched in 2017, has successfully dealt with the downgraded situation of the site, thus completing the architectural space of My Son. It has helped enhance the management capacity for local officials and workers.
Strictly complying with the fishing law, especially not violating foreign waters, is a result of changes in the awareness of fishermen in recent years, when they see the need to be more responsible in fishing activities. That is also an important basis for more effective implementation of the European Commission's recommendations on combating illegal fishing, moving towards sustainable fishery.
All workers on this fishing boat are urgently preparing fishing gear to go out to sea. Meanwhile, this captain is meticulously checking cruise monitoring equipment before sailing. This is also his responsibility during fishing at sea.
I need to turn on the monitoring device, so that the local authority can check the signal and let us go out to the sea. The device must be on around the clock.
Keeping in mind the responsibility in fishing, most fishermen now abide by the provisions of the law when fishing at sea, especially not violating foreign waters. All fishing vessels strictly follow the declaration procedures before leaving and entering the wharf, as well as fully record the fishing diary, and install and maintain monitoring equipment throughout the fishing process.
I am now working more responsibly. I only fish in Vietnam's waters, not violating to avoid fine.
The number of illegal fishing cases has been decreasing in recent times. This is attributable to the drastic actions of localities in raising awareness, as well as strictly handling violations.
Ships that violate fishing rules, especially not turn on monitoring devices, will be strictly handled.
Together with local authorities, fishermen have been better implementing the EC's recommendations on combating illegal fishing by taking more responsible actions.
A collection of old documents related to Hanoi's iconic Long Bien Bridge has been unveiled to the public for the first time.
More than 100 documents, including sketches and images of the bridge that were taken from 1898 to 1975, are on display at an ongoing exhibition at the National Archives Center 1 in Hanoi. The documents and images show details how the bridge was built, expanded, and renovated. The life of people living in Red River mudflats under the bridge also were depicted in several images. Alongside the old documents and images, the exhibition was also enriched by photographs that were taken by Vietnamese and foreign photographers. The exhibition Long Viet Bridge, The Eyewitness of History opens until mid-June of 2023.
Vietnam is among the winners of the 2022 edition of the World Culinary Awards, a global initiative to recognize and reward excellence in the culinary industry, which was announced in Dubai recently.
The third World Culinary Awards ceremony took place in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, where Vietnam overcame many countries and territories such as China, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Thailand to become Asia's best culinary destination 2022. The list of winners features not only a wide range of restaurants, but also the best food festivals and best airline catering. Vietnam boasts a rich and unique culinary culture, with distinct and unique flavors and a different processing method. Vietnamese cuisine has a certain charm either on the street or in luxury restaurants, so is a major attraction for domestic and foreign tourists. Vietnamese cuisine is becoming increasingly popular globally due to its wide variety of dishes, and international tourists are quite complimentary towards the local cuisine.
The epic poetry of the Mơ Nông ethnic people in the Central Highlands is often recited or even sung on leisurely nights after the harvest season, during festivals, or while resting in the fields after a hard working day. Join us to learn more about this cultural treasure. The Central Highlands is known as the legendary land, home to ethnic minorities such as the Mơ Nông, Ede, Bana, and Charai. It is also known for its gongs, gun wine, the Turek musical instrument, and especially its epic poetry, which all possess historical, cultural, and spiritual values.
In the Central Highlands, Mơ Nông people have the most epic poetry. Other people may have their epic poetry, but some have been lost while the Mơ Nông people have retained all.
The Mơ Nông people have Art Narong, an age-old form of poetic narrative that has been passed down orally from generation to generation.
Why is there a sun, a moon, and an earth in this world? Why are there humans? Who created the human body and human limbs? I tell all of those stories in my songs.
When night falls, the Mơ Nông people often come to the houses of people who can sing well to hear and enjoy the old stories of their ancestors. A narrator must be someone who has special memory. The Mơ Nông people believe that people who can remember many epic poems are gifted by the gods. Some poems are thousands of sentences long and can take 3 or 4 nights to tell in full. In today's society, epic poetry still plays an important role in the lives of the Mơ Nông people. The poems help the next generation understand their origins and feel proud of the unique cultural tradition of their ethnic minority group. Therefore, the work of collecting and preserving epic poetry takes on even more meaning. And the best way to preserve the Mơ Nông epic poetry is to create favorable conditions for it to be nurtured and live within the ethnic community.